Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman and happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend and you're ready to give your brain its daily circuit training here on Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. Once again, we're here from Monday to Friday with brain teasers, questions and puzzles that will educate, they will entertain and they will irritate you, possibly all at the same time. So make sure you subscribe, like and follow on YouTube or wherever you're currently listening. That way you can get the next episode in your feed as soon as it drops. Now, there are 10 points on offer every day. So by Friday, there's a possible top score of a perfect 50 up for grabs. And if this is your first time listening, don't forget to go back and listen to all or some of our previous episodes. There are 8 weeks worth to tackle. So go back, test yourself between shows. Enough chit chat. Are you ready to dive into a brand new week of Perfect 10? Then let's go. Okay, we call question 1 your starter for a perfect 10. Hopefully this will get you a point straight off the bat, and this one is all about shapes. What comes next in this sequence? Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, and what's next? An easy one, I think, to start the week there. Let us know, by the way, in the comments. We love hearing your feedback. Moving on to question 2, it is, of course, our hearsay round, our sound round. You're about to hear a sound file that relates to a well-known phrase or saying. Put the sonic pieces together and you'll have your answer. And today, it's a family affair.
Look who's here, kids. Meet Robert. He's your father's brother.
That's right, kids. I'm Robert and your dad's my bruv.
Listen to those names, say what you hear, and you can't go far wrong. We call question 3 the Carol lateral thinking round because you'll need to bend your brain just a little bit and really listen to the question, and here it is. Halima was asked to paint the door numbers in a building of 100 apartments. How many times will she paint the number 8? Got it? Answers, as always, coming up after question 10. Moving on, and question 4 is our memory game. Quick reminder for newcomers, you're going to hear a short clip with lots of information packed into it. What you need to do is remember as much of it as you possibly can, because there will be a question at the end based on what you've just heard. Okay, get your brain boxes in gear because here it comes.
Well, it was another eventful day of football, with Lincoln moving up to 3rd place thanks to a 1-0 victory against Barnet at Vale Park. There was a red card for Port Vale after a dodgy tackle by Joyce in the second half of their match against Crawley. Despite being down to 10 men, they managed to come out on top with a late goal by Harris. And finally, Exeter City beat Luton Town 3-1 with a hat-trick from Williams, sending them straight to the top of the league.
Well, I hope you were listening there, because here comes your question. Who won in the match between Exeter City and Luton Town? It was all in the clip, but can you recall the specific information you need to answer that question? Right, they weren't the real scores, by the way. Don't worry, Exeter and Luton fans. We just made that up for our memory round. Questions 5, 6 and 7 are all part of a group we like to call frivolous, familiar and fun, the 3 Fs. Common knowledge questions about pop culture, everyday items, and the world around us all. So, question 5 is this. On a dartboard, which number is directly opposite the number 1? Well, you know what a dartboard looks like, so try and visualise those numbers in your head. And don't forget to get in touch with us here at Perfect10Carol on social media and send me any of your own puzzles and riddles. There's lots and lots of bonus questions, bonus content on there as well. So hit follow and join the ever-growing Perfect 10 family. Time for question 6. Which screen role links the actors Colin Firth, Matthew McFadden and Sir Laurence Olivier? Now, all 3 of these dashing actors have played the same role, but which one is it? It's question 7 of today's Perfect 10. It's all about a song we're very familiar with. Who sang the very first line on Band Aid's 1984 number 1, Do They Know It's Christmas? Look, I know it's a bit late for Christmas songs, or maybe it's a bit too early, but it is an iconic single that featured 37 of the world's biggest artists at the time. So what I want to know is who got that coveted first line. Question 8, and it's one in, one out, where we change a letter in a word to create a new word. So here comes the question. Which letter can you change in the word stick, S-T-I-C-K, to make something your nose might hate? Feel free to hit pause if you need thinking time. There are no time limits here on Perfect 10. You just can't go online to find the answer. That's cheating. Question 9 is called, I know this. It's those tip of the tongue teasers that'll have you saying exactly that. I know this. So here's the question. According to the proverb, who laughs longest? And here we are at our final question of the day. One final push now. We're on the home stretch. As always, we end with our daily riddle. Here it is. There are 4 days that start with the letter T. Tuesday, Thursday, and which other 2? Oh, a tricky one, but do remember that is a riddle and think about the question. You can do it. You can definitely do it, I promise. And there you have it, another Monday in the bag. Well done, everyone. That was a great mental workout today. Answers coming up. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And join the Perfect 10 family. You are very welcome, Perfect 10ers, on social media by searching for @Perfect10Carol. We've got even more daily questions, daily puzzles you won't find anywhere else. So, is your brain feeling a tad sharper than it did yesterday? 10 tough questions, but did you get a perfect 10 score? Here come today's answers. Question 1. What comes next in the sequence? Triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, and the answer is a hexagon. Triangle, 3 sides, quadrilateral, 4 sides, pentagon, 5 sides, and a hexagon, of course, has 6 sides. Well, hopefully that was a nice, easy one to kick things off this week. Question 2 is our hearsay round.
Look who's here, kids. Meet Robert. He's your father's brother.
That's right.
The phrase I was looking for was, Bob's your uncle. Well done if you got that one right. Question 3. Halima was asked to paint the door numbers in a building of 100 apartments. How many times will she paint the number 8? And the answer I was looking for was 20 times. And if you think that's 19, it isn't, because 88 has, of course, 2 number 8s in it. So there we are. Question 4 was our memory question, where we heard a recap of the day's fictional, I hasten to add, football results. Don't worry, we're not giving away any spoilers here on Perfect 10. Based on the clip, the question I asked was, who won in the match between Exeter City and Luton Town? Well, it was a 3-1 win to Exeter City. Question 5, and we're into the 3 Fs. On a dartboard, which number is directly opposite the number 1? And the answer is the number 19. And there are many different versions to the history of darts, but the one we like the most, and its oldest origin story, can be traced back to England during the 14th century. Soldiers would throw arrowheads at cross-sections of tree trunks, using the tree's radial cracks as the basis of the scoring system. Question 6. Which screen role links the actors Colin Firth, Matthew McFadden and Sir Laurence Olivier? It is, of course, Mr. Darcy from Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice. Colin Firth made the role iconic in the 1995 BBC adaptation. Matthew McFadden played the character in the Joe Wright-directed film released in 2005, and Lord Laurence Olivier played Mr. Darcy in 1940 after Clark Gable turned down the role. Question 7. Who sang the very first line on Band-Aid's 1984 number 1? Do they know it's Christmas? Well, it's a coveted spot, and it ultimately went to Paul Young. But did you know that the iconic opening line was originally written for David Bowie, who dropped out at the very last minute? Question 8, and it's 1 in, 1 out. Which letter can you change in the word stick, S-T-I-C-K, to make something your nose might hate? And what you have to do is change the letter C for a letter N to make a real stink, S-T-I-N-K. Question 9. According to the proverb, who laughs longest? Well, of course, he who laughs last laughs the longest. And the answer I was looking for was he who laughs last. And finally, question 10 was our daily riddle. There are 4 days that start with the letter T: Tuesday, Thursday, and which other two? Remember, it's a riddle. And the other 2 days are today and tomorrow, of course. So how did you do? Did you score a perfect 10 on our first show of the week? Let us know how you did. And don't forget to send us pictures of your scorecards, please. We want to see you get creative, whether you've got a perfect 10 or a triumphant 1. Remember to subscribe to the podcast and follow us on YouTube and across our social media channels so you don't miss out on any of our exclusive content and bonus questions. We want you to be a perfect 10er and to be part of the Perfect 10 family. Well, that's nearly it for Monday, but before I go, I'll leave you with today's anagram. Which animated family man is Posh Misnomer? P-O-S-H, Posh, M-I-S-N-O-M-E-R, Misnomer. Which animated character is an anagram of that? I'll give you the answer to that in tomorrow's episode, along with a whole new day of questions, brain teasers, and puzzles. I'm Carol Vorderman, and that was my Perfect 10. Have a perfect day.